Blessings. Adam and Eve's dominion, not just Adam's, but both parties, like I stated in my last video, both parties were actually to blame, because it was actually Eve that took from the apple first. Then she went to tell Adam about the snake. It was telling her we'll be like our own gods. We'll be better than God, because we'll be our own gods, so we do what we want. We know where we're gonna go, but lest they didn't know that the snake was actually deceiving them. And then so on and so forth after that. You can say that, I've heard stories about, well, how was Cain and Abel, or how was Cain's bloodline birthed? It was birthed from Eve, but why was his bloodline seem like it was cursed? Because after him, the blue bloodlines came. The blue bloodlines came, and I've heard the story about supposedly it was Eve sleeping with the serpent. Or maybe the serpent had actually touched Eve's skin and rubbed its blood and it absorbed into her body. I don't know, or it touched her and then it had somehow cursed her, because I can't really know. I guess maybe it was after they were kicked out of the garden. Where did they go? Where did Adam and Eve go after they were kicked out? What land did they go to? That's what I don't see in the Bible, because I don't recall them having children while they were in the garden. It talks about them having children, after, they had Cain, Abel, Enoch, all these, maybe it was after the serpent had touched Eve's skin that maybe had cursed her, or after it had persuaded her, it had touched her, or after, maybe it was just the persuasion in itself that had cursed Eve. And then they had a split between two bloodlines, the red and the blue bloodline race was going into Cain. It was the blue bloodline race started with Cain, and then it passed on, so on and so forth, and then it went to Ham, so on and so forth. And then that's where you get all these 13 family members that rule the world, supposedly. I don't know. I'm just kind of making an accusation, but I don't know that part. I just find it really interesting, these things. But besides all that I would go back and say that both were to blame, because not only did it make humanity fall, we had the two bloodlines. We have them still, because they're still alive and well today. Cain and Abel's bloodlines, between the aluminum and the copper bloodlines. The aluminum and the copper, from the two sacrifices, one worked and one didn't. And so now we're caught up still in both bloodlines until the blue bloodline race is wiped off the face of the earth. That's what it is. God bless, amen, fire and ask, Godspeed out.